Right, but that was not starting yesterday. I don't know what. From there you have to switch it on.
Are you going to start with the drama?
No, we will do virtually. Because virtually also will go fast.
दोनों साइन किया?
Yeah.
That means you decided to sit.
Yeah.
अब बोलो नहीं तो मैं बंद करेगा बाहर से.
Yes, sir. Your dates are come, you know that, huh?
Yes, ma'am. For the boards, every time it used to be like first the language subject, for this time maths.
Sorry?
For the boards, every time it used to be like first is going to be the language subject,
Yeah.
this time it's maths.
Yeah. Good, na? You want to tough subject is out
But
of the way now.
no, like for the first, because then you won't get time to study for the rest of the subjects.
That, no. Every time is less time, Ananya.
Yeah.
You could remember that. Anytime you get, it's actually very less. You always think, oh, I should get a little more time. It's never enough. Remember that. Alright, what do you do?
The story is science fiction and is about virtual reality. The narrator of the story purchased a computer and virtual reality accessories with several expensive games. The narrator learns of Sebastian Schultz's miraculous recovery while riding a train. Sebastian had been in a long-term coma.
Sebastian was one of the players who were there,
Yeah.
and but we are done. This is good.
No, ma'am, yet. We are doing the shadow plot.
We have finished that, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay, so what is the conclusion of virtual reality real life? Because it turns out like this, the person he was talking about was the person in real life. We thought it was just a character in the animation. This one is hilarious. Your drama is hilarious. Really important. How people are greedy and like, you know, how they, the sisters want to take away this property and all that. And he gets married to another son and he will do something. And we have relatives like that who always are ready to pounce when the person has passed away. It's hilarious. We are regarded. And this you can relate to us very well because you all play video games and all that. So it was that anime especially.
Sebastian Schultz, it isn't a name you come across every day, but there it was, large and clear at the top of the newspaper article in front of me. The reader of the newspaper was a big woman. I couldn't see her face, but I could hear her wheezy breath.
Baby breath.
The reader of the newspaper,
You know this baby breath. When you speak, when you make that noise, and you breathe.
so now it's like someone in front of him was reading the newspaper aloud.
The reader of the newspaper was a big woman. Yes, I couldn't see her face, but I could hear her busy breath. Yeah. So yes.
Miraculous recovery, the headline said. Sebastian Charles, a 14-year-old school boy from South London, awoke yesterday from a coma. The doctors fear might last forever.
And he was playing the anime game which landed in coma because he had to escape that level and he was stuck in that level and when the narrator saved him, then only he could cross it. And that's how he gets out from the coma.
Oh.
That will come towards the end of the story. I told you before that.
So you didn't know that this was the same person. It couldn't be the Sebastian Schultz I would met. I had met. I leaned forward to read the rest of the article.
Yeah, so now he was interested. Now this person I met online, then how is this person coming to the coma? He saved the narrator had saved Sebastian from the online game and that's how he returned back to his senses in real life.
6 weeks ago, Sebastian Schultz was badly injured in a motorway accident. His condition arrival at the general hospital was described as critical but stable. Despite doctors' hope that the boy did not regain consciousness, his parents were informed that his son was in a coma. At a press conference, Mrs. Schultz said, "The doctors were doing all they could, but in our hearts, we knew we needed a miracle. Now that miracle has happened." At that moment, the woman's hand moved. I suddenly saw the photograph that went with the story and gasped. The boy in the picture was Sebastian. There was no doubt, but how? I muttered.
He met it in the game. So in real life, how we couldn't figure out how did he get trapped in the game and then he went in a motorcycle accident, right? And he slipped into coma. But how did he manage to get into the game also is something like that. Right?
Sebastian Schultz, the boy I had got to know so well recently, had apparently been in a coma for all that time. I felt nervous and shivery. It didn't make any sense at all. I stared out at the train window and ran through the events in my head. It had all started a month ago. Dad and I had spent the entire Saturday afternoon at the computer fair. Dad's nutty about computers.
That is crazy.
He's got a Pentium 150
megahertz
processor with 256 of RAM.
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 It's not say RAM, it's RAM.
256 of RAM, a 1.2 GB hard disk drive, and 16-speed CD-ROM.
Because these are all your parts of your computers and
Yeah.
they are the brains of the computer.
Yeah.
So without that, your computer doesn't work. So that.
Completed. So on the narrator is saying that with his dad he spent the afternoon. So was the narrator also a young boy?
Yeah, narrator was a young boy and he was also like basically he had gone to the market 1 month ago and he bought this computer with all the accessories and then he started playing this game. In that game he met Sebastian Schultz and that's why he said he can't figure out how is it possible that he's come out of coma and he was from 6 months he was in coma, right?
Yeah.
So like he met him online. So how is it possible?
Computer speakers, a printer, a modem, and a scanner. It can do anything: paint, play music, create displays, even when my homework's rubbish. It looks fantastic. Best of all are the games: Tornado, Meat Bash, Black Belt, Kyrie's Castle. I have played them all. With the screen so big and the volume up loud, it almost feels as if you are inside the games, battling it out with the Z or base.
Twisters or whatever. Like basically, animated. Now you have those kind of 3D goggles, right? These kind of games you played before this 3D was the invention. This is the like you can literally imagine it because the screen is big, the the function of the computer is fast. You can feel that you're inside the game. Okay, so that is where you make all this stuff. Yes, your CD-ROM and all that.
Technology was advancing every day, and that couldn't resist any of the new gadgets or gizmos.
Gizmos are your different games. They comes out, right?
Like those CD ones.
Yeah, gizmos are basically all inventions, technologically advanced inventions. So gadgets, especially mechanical and electronic devices.
That came on the market. That was why we went to the computer fair. We came away with a virtual reality visor and
this is virtual reality game. What is called screen. Then we met
Schwartz.
the
And
Sebastian Schwartz.
And a handful of the latest interactive psycho-drive games.
Psycho drive is brain driven. Mental power, brain driven. Psycho. Whenever you talk to psycho, it's something related to brain.
So how is it brain driven? Like,
Brain waves, right? How are you playing? You put on you have you been to game zones?
oh, okay, so that will okay.
Understood.
Yeah.
It's like that. So it's basically it's attached to a machine, but
Yeah.
you are basically in your brain when you're very
Yeah.
place.
Okay.
Okay.
They are terrific, not only do the visor and roof change what you see, but better than that, you can control the action by what you are thinking. Like, oh,
See, when you put on that
Yeah.
laser right there, right?
Yeah.
You can control which way you want to go, which way
Yeah.
you so you're controlling it, right? The visor, this is your visor. The one who wears the visor and the glove. The glove is in your hand, you're functioning with your
Yeah.
system. So that.
when we got them, I remember some of them were not new. Anyway, back at home, I launched myself off into the first.
This is very important. Some of them were not new.
New, yeah. It
This
was
was
used, yeah.
yeah, this was Sebastian's things.
Yeah.
Which he got. Understood?
Yeah.
That's why these are clues which will get. And
So in that phase, Sebastian was there who like.
Sebastian to play the game, he got stuck in the game basically.
Okay. Okay, so he sold his gadgets and that's.
That's it.
I launched myself off into the first of the games. It was called Wild West. That's what I like about computers. The more futuristic they get, the better you can understand the past. I wasn't standing in the converted loft, the power base as Dad calls it anymore. I was really there, striding down the dusty track through the central town. There was a sheriff's badge pinned to my shirt.
You understood? So you're virtually transported to the game,
So
right?
you could actually feel that he's in the game.
Yeah, he's in the Wild Wild West. Now, Wild Wild West is of it's like Texas, right? When it's dry, dusty, and all that, and he feels like he's transported there. He's not in the loft when he's playing the game. He's actually in the game. Okay.
As I burst in through the swing doors of the saloon, everyone went silent and glared at me. I strode over to the bar. Sarsa Palila, I said, and a glass of fizzy red stuff came sliding along the bar towards me.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Right.
Okay. Ma'am, but the narrator was young. How is he drinking?
He's in the this one, virtual reality. So who are
Okay, in a virtual. I thought in real life.
no,
Okay,
this is a
okay.
virtual reality game.
Okay.
Put on him, he was in Wild Wild West.
Okay, okay. I said that, and a glass of fizzy red stuff came sliding along the bar.
And it is not your hard drink. Sarsaparilla is it's a carbonated drink, soda drink.
Oh, okay. As I took a sip, I heard a loud crash. I spun around there,
Silhouette.
silhouette.
Silhouette is a dark shadow, which means outline of a person.
Okay. In the doorway was black-eyed Jed, the fastest gun in the West. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Sheriff Dawson, he drawled.
You know, withdrawal is very slow way. Texas, have you heard this Texas movies? Like they speak very, and they will roll their words and they speak. So drawl is that.
Okay. It's like not being straightforward, but
No, the way of speaking. Drawl
Okay.
is when you speak very slowly and you're rolling your words.
okay. Sheriff Dawson, he drawled and fingered his gun slightly outside just you and me.
So it basically hands on the back like this
Yeah,
and
and
he's
he's
staring.
staring, yeah.
Yeah, he's staring. Like, you know, this town is not big enough for both of us. Okay.
I can remember grinning. This was really cool. I finished my drink and slammed the glass down on the bar. Jed had already left the saloon. Was this that character Schwartz? Saloon, all eyes were on me again. I wondered what sort of score I was notching up. All at once, something strange happened. Up to that point, the game had been pretty much as I expected. But when the second sheriff appeared through the back
This is your
door,
this is what the second solid is what. Okay.
not the first one, the Jed was
No,
here.
that was
But when the second sheriff appeared through the back door, shouting and waving his arms about, I realized that the game was more complicated. Don't go out, the second sheriff shouted. And who are you? I asked. He wasn't like the other characters in the saloon. For a start, he was about my age, and though he looked like a computer image, he somehow didn't move like one.
Got it? So
Yeah.
this is very so anything they have not understood. It's an easy chapter, it's not very complicated, especially if you'll be able to understand because you're now in that tech generation,
Yeah.
so you'll be able to understand it better.
So just talking about how he met a person in a
But
jail.
I think it's just something strange in this
Yeah.
game because this was not like the other characters. The other characters,
It was realistic.
Yeah.
And you could actually feel heavily happy.
yeah,
There's no time to explain, he shouted, just follow me. I did what I was told. We raced down a corridor and then through a door. We ran past some men and came out through another door. Come on, shouted the other sheriff. We went on through another door and another and ended up back in the saloon. No, screamed the second sheriff. Then he ran to the back of the saloon and dived through the window. By the time I climbed out after him, he was already sitting on a horse. Jump up, he cried. He kicked the horse and we sped off in a cloud of dust. Who are you? I asked again. But the second sheriff didn't answer. He would seem the
Percy.
Percy of man on
Blue Pocket.
okay. A pursuit man on horseback speeding after us. Keep your head down, he said. At that moment, the sound of a gunshot echoed round the air. The second sheriff groaned and slunk back against me, ahead of me. In bright neon lights came a message. Came home.
Yeah. Suddenly this one appeared and then followed, really followed, and then this one got killed in the game.
The second sheriff.
Yeah.
The second sheriff was Jed, right?
Not Jack,
Schwartz.
Sebastian.
Sebastian. So he was killed in the game.
Yes.
So this was the first level that he couldn't cross. As I slipped off the visor, the empty desert disappeared. So it's like Sebastian, in a way, got shot because of saving the narrator, right?
Yeah.
As I slipped off the visor, the empty desert disappeared, and I found myself back in the power base. I took off the glove and headphones. I glanced at the score on the screen, 21095. Then I noticed the printer had come on. I picked up the piece of paper from the tray. On top was a picture of the second sheriff. This time, though, he was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. Printed across the bottom was a message: I'm stuck. Please help to retrieve me. Try driving with Sebastian Schultz.
So she's sending a message across. Okay.
So like he actually saw the picture of Sebastian Schultz.
Yeah, when the printer came out, the score came out, printer prints out the score.
Yeah.
Right? That the message also was there. That I was stuck in this dragging quest, you have to come and save, you have to bring me back. Retrieve is to bring back.
Okay.
Retrieve.
I wanted to go straight to the game he was suggested, but it was already half an hour after lights out. Next morning I was up and back on the computer and was soon walking through the massive studded doors of the dragon's castle lair. The aim of the game was simple. I had to rescue the fair princess Aurora from the wicked dragon and collect the wicked creature's treasure along the way. I would already got loads by the time I reached the princess who would be imprisoned at the top of a tall
I
tower.
already got loads by the time.
He
You
had
have to
already passed.
collect the treasure. So he's
Okay.
already collected a load, a
Okay.
lot of treasure.
She was a young woman with long golden plaits.
Like players.
My hero, she squealed. Take me away from all this. Now what squeal?
Shout it. How is it? My hero! Please take me away from this. Such animated ones.
Take me away from all this. Behind me, I could hear the dragon roaring. Rescue me now, the princess said urgently. Never mind her, came the voice, and a second neck appeared from the wardrobe. It's me who needs rescuing. Sebastian, I asked. The second neck nodded. Quick, he said, while there's still time, and with a pair of scissors, he chopped off the two long plaits of the princess. Then he tied them together, fixed one end round the bedpost and threw the other end of
That way you have seen, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. You best pose it right and then throw it down.
So he actually cut the hair
Of
of
the
the
princess.
princess.
This is an animated this
Yeah.
one game, right?
Yeah.
So
So to save Sebastian, he did that.
Yes. The second line is Sebastian.
Yeah.
He cut. With the parents, he chopped off
Okay.
the
So
two
then
legs.
Sebastian chopped the incident. Okay.
And then he threw it down the window. So now,
He screamed as he leaped from the
Left.
left from the window and down the hair rope. At that moment, the dragon appeared. I gasped and leapt too. As I lowered myself down, I felt the dragon's fiery breath. Across the moonlit battlements, we ran down a spiral staircase and through a secret passage on the other side of the tapestry.
tapestry is like even like olden days there was this picture on the
Castle.
yeah the castle they had this long curtains right when
Yeah.
it was on that. Which have you seen Brave? Have you seen
The posters on the wall.
correct, but this is in the carpet form. Like remember, like we have the carpets on the
Yeah.
floor which has pictures on it
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. That was on the wall. So like this curtain. So those are known as tapestry. And they normally have stories on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Secret passage on the other side of the tapestry.
And the whole time I could hear and feel even smell the evil
Yeah.
dragon following in close pursuit. The dungeons, Sir Sebastian cried out. There are only hope.
That is your jails. Remember, under the castle, the jails which were there,
Yeah.
those are known as that.
The gates were
Not the gates, the prisoners were there. Under the castle, there were jails. No,
Yeah.
so those are known as that.
We went down the cobblestone steps towards Ron. Suddenly the dragon appeared at the end of the corridor. Before we even had time to turn around, the dragon was upon us. I swung my sword, but it was no good. The dragon was only interested in Sebastian, and there was nothing I could do to prevent it getting him.
Sebastian right there. You're right.
This time the message in the printer said, better luck next time. Please don't give up, Michael. Otherwise, I'll have to stay in here forever. Try jailbreak. I think it might just work. Cheers, 7.
Yeah, so now is the third game.
Yeah. So, Nada's name was Michael.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't even bother to read the rules of jailbreak before going in. I knew that my task would be to rescue the boy. And sure enough, my cellmate was prisoner 08478, Charles. I would got to get out of here. Sebastian sighed. Are you going to help? Of course, I said. Have you got a plan? Stupid question. With the help of the skeleton swipe card. We were soon out of the cell and racing down the corridors. Sirens wailed, guard dogs howled. Heavy boots came tramping behind us. Steel-barred doors slammed shut. Steel-barred doors slammed shut. We dodged the guards, we fled the dogs, we made it to the staircase and pounded upwards.
Okay. Here, anything you not understood?
So this was the game and they were like running and then that's when the
Yeah, because he's in the jail,
Yeah.
he's a prisoner. So this time they have to escape the guards and all that.
Yeah.
That was the task, right? So there were guard dogs also there were guards also, the heavy boots stuck in. That means remember when the guards they are running, they have these heavy boots, right?
Yeah.
And steel bar doors you jail
Yeah.
so it has the strong doors, right? So that was there. Bar is closed, steel doors over. And they dodge, you know what it would be, dodge ball. So dodge the that, right? And they made it to second and pounded
Upwards. On the roof, Sebastian looked around and glanced at his watch on his feet. It should be here by now. What? I said. Dad, said Sebastian pointed. A helicopter? I exclaimed. That was my idea, said Sebastian excitedly. If only it could go a bit faster. At that moment, the door behind us burst open. 12 cars with a vicious dog were standing there. The next instant, the dogs were hurtling towards us, all bare teeth and dripping
jobs.
jaws.
Like yours,
Jewels.
jobs.
Yeah. Okay.
Jobs. So you're the basically how dogs and they are ferocious, right?
Yeah.
So their like spit is coming out and they are ready to pounce on you. That hurtling is very fast towards you. Okay.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Sebastian take a step backward. No, I screamed, but it was too late. The boy had slipped and was tumbling back through the air down to the concrete.
Again, we there.
Mom, but how was like the dog and the guards? Like they were on the roof, right?
Yes, so they gave the they died. And how you see Bollywood movies, they dash photo and they coming and they on the rooftop.
Yeah.
So he got scared looking at the bars and the door
And
and
he
he,
slipped down.
yeah, he stepped down, fell, and then he's dead again.
As I removed my visor and looked in the printer tray, this time it was empty. I felt really bad. I would fail Sebastian. I would fail the game.
Not good.
I had failed Sebastian. I had failed the game. It was only later when the scene began to fade in my memory that it occurred to me that Sebastian Schultz was the game. Strangely, although I went back to Wild West, Dragon Quest, and Jailbreak after that, I never met with Sebastian again. And yesterday I heard from Sebastian the printer tray was a sheet of paper. Can we have one last try? It said. I think the helicopter was right idea. There's got to be some kind of an accident. Go into the war zone. If it doesn't work, I won't bother you again. Cheers, said.
Yeah.
So, like for a long time they didn't play it.
No, it was, yeah, like for 1 month he was playing, right? And now 6 months, really 6 months, so now suddenly he got a message from Sebastian.
I couldn't tell which war zone we were in. It was a city somewhere. The tall buildings were windowless and riddled with
The
holes.
middle is,
Maybe large number of small buildings. So does it look like gunshots?
yeah, kind of. This is a old tall building, windowless, so basically must be like a war zone, right?
Yeah.
Definitely has gunshots.
Machine gun fire racked the sky,
Raked.
raked the sky, walls stumbled, bombs exploded. All I knew was the Sebastian and I had to make it to the helicopter in one piece. We ran across a no man's land of rubble and smoke, dodging sniper fire.
Sniper is a gun.
At the far end, we went through a door in a wall. The helicopter was on the ground, waiting for our arrival. We started to run, but the tank fire sent us scuttling back to the wall. A jeep, Sebastian shouted to me and nodded at a vehicle parked by the road. He jumped in, turned the ignition key, and revved up the engine.
When you turn the key,
Yeah,
the
it's like,
road
yeah.
starts.
Jump in.
I think you're not understood.
Yeah. No. I climbed into the passenger seat and we were off. A tank was hurtling after us. Suddenly, Sebastian slammed on the brakes and sent the jeep sliding into a spin, skidding into a spin.
How do you skid? Remember?
Yeah, when like in a full speed and then we put on a brake
And
and then, yeah.
that's my God.
I left here and jumped into the helicopter. The helicopter started to go upward and looked down. Sebastian wasn't there. Wait, I shouted at the pilot. I looked back. The jeep had stopped, but Sebastian hadn't got out. Come on, I yelled. But Sebastian was sitting as if his body had been turned to stone. The tank crashed into the jeep. Sebastian was thrown into the air, round and round he tumbled. Closer to the helicopter, he landed with a thud just below the hatch. I pulled him up. As he sat down beside me, the helicopter soared into the sky. I had done it. I had rescued Sebastian at last. Before I had a chance to say anything to him, though the helicopter flew into the thick cloud, it turned everything blindly white. I couldn't see a thing until game over flashed up. When I removed the visor, the screen was flashing score of 40,
40 lakhs.
40 lakh, no, it's lakh.
It's a road.
Euros, yeah. I would hit the jackpot. I had hit the jackpot. I had finally cracked the game. At least that was what I thought then. Now I know that Sebastian Schultz, the boy from the game, really did exist. I had seen the proof in the newspaper, but how? I wondered as I got off the train. At home, I checked the net. I wanted to learn more about the miracle recovery story. I found what I was looking for quickly enough. Apparently, at the time of the accident, Sebastian was using his laptop to play one of the same Psycho Drive games that I have got. My heart pounded furiously. What if because Sebastian had been plugged into the computer when he banged his head in the accident? He thought that he was actually in the game.
He was actually in the game. What happened is before the accident, he was on the login to the computer
Yeah.
and on his game. And when he went in the accident, whatever is like his subconsciousness shifted to the computer, and he was trapped in that.
Okay.
And that's what he was unable to get out of any of those games.
Okay.
Till he doesn't win. Somebody wins the game, only then he can be rescued, right?
Okay, so his soul was stuck in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he found it and found out. No? So he says, what if, because of the vaccine had plugged into the computer, when he banged his head in the accident, the computer had saved his memory in his soul.
Okay. And then, what if the weird version of the games I had been drawn into had all been attempts to retrieve that
So
memory?
in a coma, you're not dead, right?
Yeah.
But your subconscious is like somewhere else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the subconscious got trapped in the computer. That's what he is figuring it out.
After all, Dad always says about the memory of the computer, it can never forget Michael, nothing ever gets lost.
Yeah, and that is why social media is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because your coming like scenario is going to be they are going to check your Twitter account, they are going to check your Facebook, Instagram, everything before they give you a job.
Yeah.
Because anything which is defaming, they will not let you this one. They do nowadays IT companies do that, do a background check. And whatever you ever put up on social media it can never be deleted. Though you can say you have deleted and all that, it always remains in the hard drive. Some way or the other, it can be retrieved.
But then even our phone is like AI generated, so
Yes.
the pictures we click that must also be stored somewhere.
But it's a like it doesn't go into it's in your phone, right? The
Yeah.
storage system in the phone. What you put up in the cloud, it cannot be deleted. No? That is so dangerous. Imagine whatever, like sometimes people, girls or boys, they put such pictures which shouldn't be put on social media, right? Yeah, it may be that they're having a private chat, but the private chat also can be accessed.
Yeah.
That
Now this actually happened in the world.
no, it's a story.
Like because actually like how would someone get like someone's soul get trapped in the game?
It's really not anything possible. Like you see so many unnatural things happen, you cannot predict, right?
Yeah.
You can't pinpoint why exactly. There's so many haunted houses. Let's go of that. If there's so many possible, like people like experience that feeling, like somebody's
Yeah.
there, that way. So, so many things in the world are unexplained. It's just a fictional story, the sci-fi story. That's it. It's through an author's
But why did
imagination.
you just choose Michael for helping?
Because Michael had gone to the fair, remember the computer
Yeah.
fair, and that computer parts may have landed up with us. Leave.
Nothing ever gets lost, but even if it was possible that Sebastian's memory had been stored on disk, how had it ended up on my computer? Scrolling down the article, I found a possible explanation, answering the reporter's question as to what the family was going to do next. Mr. Schultz said that they were off to stock up on some games. It was while we were in the hospital, someone stole the lot. I don't know what happened to them. So someone stole it
All
and
and it just landed up in the
fair.
yeah.
I said quietly they ended up at the computer fair and we bought them. I left the net and checked my email. There was one from Sebastian. With trembling fingers, I clicked it and read the message. Dear Michael, it said, thank you, I'm not sure how it happened, but thanks, you saved my life. Let's meet up soon. Cheers. P.S. Keep the games you have earned them.
So it was sold in goods, right? Which he had bought. So
Yeah.
he said keep the games you have earned them.
I shook my head as real message from the real Sebastian Schultz. We both knew that by reliving reliving the accident, something wonderful had happened. But then again, now that there are two advanced intelligences on Earth who can say what is and what isn't possible, what I know is this: everything that I have described is true virtually. Paul Stewart is a writer of children's book, best known for the best-selling The Edge Chronicles, the freelance novels in the far-flung adventure series, which are written in collaboration with the illustrious Chris Riddle. Paul Stewart lives in the British seaside city of Brighton, with his wife and children.
It's a bit of a story.
This is actually one of my favorite stories.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why I said that is the reason you enjoy this story. That's why I wanted to finish it. But this, you can connect, you can understand. Because technologically, you can imagine thinking you're getting stuck in the computer, and now it's virtual world. That is what. Next one also will be dear departed. Go to this theme that is about that.
Dear departed.
No,
Virtually.
virtually true.
There is this character sketch.
Yes, go to that.
It was an interesting and one like to stay updated with technology computers like that. He was extremely fascinated with the types collection of gadgets and also enjoyed playing computer games. He displays his friendly and helpful nature when he faced harassment from belonging to big city. He never lost hope and was confident throughout. When he failed to save Sebastian in the third game, Michael was a kid with great mental strength and perseverance. It was shocking.
Perseverance, my dear.
Ma'am, this spelling is not wrong.
Perseverance is correct.
And perseverance is PPR, right?
It is wrong, but it is perseverance only.
He was shocked to learn that the player Sebastian who had saved in the game was a real person.
Because it perseverance is very apt for Michael. Remember, there are so many games he went through, so he wouldn't give up, right? He tried to save Sebastian again and again, and that's why perseverance is one of the key characteristics what he has. Okay, so that's what I said. Perseverance is a
Sebastian Charles was the main character of the story virtually through, given a brilliant-minded person he had been involved in a motorway accident. In the accident, he had
motorbike, what? Motorway accident.
in the accident, he had been plugged into his computer and banged his head against it. The accident left Sebastian in a coma. He never loses hope. He kept on trying until he got success. He had a polite nature. Sebastian had a thankful nature too. As when Michael succeeded in rescuing Sebastian's memory from the Psycho Drive games, Sebastian had sent an email in which he had thanked Michael and also told Michael to keep those games with himself as a gift from him. Yeah.
Simple story, easy story, very very good. Now these are very parted. These are two sisters, baby sisters. Okay. Mrs. Slater, Mrs. Jordan. Their husbands, Harry Slater and Ben Jordan. Okay. Victoria Slater is the daughter of Mrs. Slater, and Abel Merriweather is the father of Mrs. Slater and Jordan.
So now this later is Robin and I think this later is Robin. Robin has later daughter is later and we will be after of this later.
They think that the father is dead and they divide the property. Okay. Yeah.
Seen as a sitting room of a small house in a lower middle class district of a provincial town, and the spectators left against the window and with the blinds down. A sofa is in front of it. On his right is a fireplace, an armchair by it. In the middle of the wall facing the spectator is a door into the passage. To the left of the door, a cheap, shabby chest of drawers. To the right, a sideboard. In the middle of the room is a table with chairs round it, ornaments and a cheap American clock on the
Ornaments are remember the figurines, the statues, what you have decorated things.
Yeah.
Those are ornaments. Okay. So when you're entering, now see the spectator, we are talking about a small house, it's giving you the setting. Okay. This, the left is a window. So the if I am the spectator on my left is the window, and the blinds were down. Blinds, so you know what are blinds, right?
curtains.
Yeah, the ones which are the straight ones. Okay, a sofa in front of it. Okay. Near the window there's a sofa.
On the right fireplace.
Yes, on the right there's a fireplace and an armchair by it. Okay. In the middle of the wall facing the spectator is the door. So in this is facing the spectator is the door, right in the middle, in the center. Window is this side, armchair is this side. So behind this. And to the left of the door, this is your door, so left of the door is a cheek. So this one. Yeah. It's a cupboard, right?
Okay.
Cheap shabby chest of drawers. So chest of drawers is your like a tiny cupboard, show cupboard, what you have, like with drawers in it. on the sideboard. And in the middle of the room is a table. In the middle of the room there's a table, there's a chair around it, ornaments of cheese. This one on the mantelpiece in the hearth of the kettle. Like mantelpiece, fireplace, this one is there, no? On the fireplace, that platform.
Yeah.
That is your mantelpiece. On that there are things kept. Kettle was there.
That's sort of a cupboard, sort of, but it's not like.
It's a fireplace.
Yeah.
On the fireplace, if you remember, it is on top of it. They
Yeah.
normally keep things to decorate.
Yeah.
So, and in the fireplace there was a kettle.
Okay.
That is called the hearth.
Okay.
Fireplace, and there's a kettle on it. You've seen Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
You've seen the witch in the fireplace. You would like the kettle.
Kettle, yeah.
Okay. And by the sideboard, a pretty gaudy new carpet slippers. That house slippers what you have, you could fluffy ones. The table is partly laid for tea. So around the table there's a table leg, but it's for tea, set up for the tea. Okay. And the necessaries for the meal on the sideboard. So next to it, all the things that you eat as Britishers, you have the biscuits, the Chinese finger sandwiches, and all that. Imagine that. Because it is a British setup. Alright, the table is partly laid for tea and the necessary for the meals are on the sideboard. And also a copy of the evening papers of Tisbits and personal weekly. Now, what is Tisbits and personal weekly?
A British weekly has been founded by George Lewis in 1881.
Yeah.
And personal weekly is a British weekly that is founded by Sir Isaac Pearson.
Okay. Okay, so that. And turning to the left to the door takes you to the front door. To the right upstairs. So if you're turning, when you get in, towards the right, you will go that there's a stairs which goes up. Alright, in the passage, a hat stand. So remember, it's a British thing. Definitely they have a hat stand. Okay.
Like that is used when you come from out and you put on.
They always put their hat because the snow is there and it is cold there. So normally that's what, like you see, Queen also always has a hat. Okay. When the curtain rises, Mrs. Slater seen leading the table. She is the vigorous, very energetic, plump, you know who's plump. Red face, vulgar woman. Vulgar is like she's very like abrupt kind of a woman. Very insulting kind of a woman. Okay. Prepared to take any amount of straight talking to get her. So you know those kind of women who will talk and then
straightforward, yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
She is in black and is but not complete mourning. So mourning, black is the color of mourning, right?
Yeah.
So that she listens for a moment and then goes to the window, opens it and falls out into the street. Now from here.
Mrs. Slater, Victoria.
Do you hear? Do you hear?
Do you hear? So is this a British accent?
Yeah.
Come in, will you? Mrs. Slater.
Closes the window and pulls the blind straight and then returns to her at the table. Because she was preparing tea. Victoria is a precocious girl, often dressed in colors enters.
Victoria is Mrs. Slater's daughter.
Yes, a person who is likely active to blood beyond his age. Okay.
Mrs. Slater, I'm amazed
Dressed in colors. Remember, she is in mourning, but this girl is very
dressed and she's like
colorful dress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. Slater, I'm amazed at you, Victoria. I really am. How can you gallivanting?
Yeah, how can you gallivanting about in the street? Gallivanting is moving about aimlessly, you know.
About in the street with a grandfather lying dead and rolled upstairs. I don't know. Be off now and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and Uncle Ben comes. It would never do for them to find you in colors.
No, mourning. So you have to wear a mourning dress if you are in the house is mourning. Okay. That's it. That's why in colors is wearing the colorful dress.
But there was this word precaution precocious given to this girl, which
was like intelligent beyond her age.
But then how is she? Because she wore like colorful clothes, despite.
She is basically she was playing outside and then she's wearing a colorful dress.
Yeah.
And the daughter, Mrs. Slater, assumed
Victoria.
no, Victoria is the daughter of Mrs. Slater, but Mrs. Slater assumed that the grandfather is dead.
Okay.
He isn't dead, he'll get up.
Okay. Yeah. Victoria, what are they coming for? They haven't been there for here for ages.
Yeah, so they have not visited us for a very long time. Yes. They haven't been here for ages, so that means they have not visited us for a very long time.
So, Elizabeth and Uncle Ben is Mrs. Sager's sister.
So Elizabeth is the sister,
Okay.
and Elizabeth's husband
Ben.
is the
Ben.
uncle. Yeah, they aunt and uncle to Victoria.
They are coming to talk over poor grandpa's affairs. Your father sent them a telegram as soon as he found he was dead. A noise is heard. Good gracious, that's never them. Mrs. Slater hurries to the door and opens it. No, thank goodness, it's only your father. Henry Slater, a stooping, heavy man with a drooping moustache, enters. He's wearing a black tailcoat, grey trousers, and a black light and a bowler hat. He carries a little paper parcel.
Yes. So basically,
What was black light?
show you rather than this one. And actually, it was
Is it that the bowl you wear?
no, this is a black tie.
Oh,
It's not a light a tie.
no.
Tailcoat is a long, this one, a long black coat.
Yeah, they wear that in winters.
Yeah, so they are coming to talk about grandpa's affairs in his will, and what has he left for
Yeah.
them. Okay. So he says, as soon as we found out he's dead, imagine that if he's dead, the dead body is there. They are not talking about the funeral arrangement. They are talking about
The testaments and
yes, what is left for his daughter. They're going to talk about that. Alright. Goodness gracious, that's not ever done. She thought that when the knock was there that it was her sister. So but then he said, oh, it's only your father, so this is like remember yesterday we had Walrus mustache?
yeah.
This is a drooping one, which is like going like hanging down, okay?
Henry, not come yet. Uh, Henry is
The husband.
Mrs. Slater. We can see they haven't, can't you? Now, Victoria, be off upstairs and that quick. Put your white frock on with a black sash. Victoria goes out. Mrs. Slater, I'm not satisfied. It's the best we can do till our new black's ready. And Ben and Elizabeth will never have thought about mourning yet. So we'll outshine them here, there.
So they must have not, they don't have a proper morning dress, so we will like, outshine them. Like she was always very competitive with the sister. So if she says ki, like they must just now we send a telegram, so they will not get enough time to get dressed appropriately, for that way. Alright.
Mrs. Slater, I'm not. Yeah, it's Henry sits in the armchair by the fire. Get your boots off, Henry. Elizabeth is back crying. She notices the least speck of dirt. Henry, I'm wondering if they'll come at all. When you and Elizabeth quarreled, she said she would never set foot in your house again. What's quarreled?
Or it is what?
Or
So the sister's spot and the sister said, Elizabeth said, I will not set a foot on your leg. I will never come to your house again.
Mrs. Slater, she'll come fast enough after her share of what grandfather's left. You know how hard she can be when she likes. Where she gets it from, I can't tell. Mrs. Slater unwraps the parcel Henry has brought. It contains an apple pie which she puts on a dish on the
So
table.
she said, no, definitely she'll come fast enough because she wants to find out whatever grandfather left in his will. Alright, and you know how hard she can be, what she left is how, like what she wants to get back. So that kind of a person. And where she gets it, I can't. She also is like that. What she said, where she gets this kind of quality of, I can't tell. Okay. And Henry had gone to the market to pick up an apple pie.
Henry, I suppose it's in the family.
Henry is an elephant husband.
So he does not support what Miss.
No, not Henry. Sorry, Ben is a headpet. Ben is Henry is also a headpet. I
Because,
suppose it's
yeah.
in the family because he's also saying, yeah, you also get your own way, you know.
Mrs. Slater, what do you mean by that, Henry Slater? Henry, I was referring to your father, not you. Where are my slippers?
He said, I'm referring to father, not referring to you. He'll have to say this sort of thing.
Mrs. Slater, in the kitchen, but you want a new pair? Those old ones are nearly worn.
Wait, चाहिए ना मेरा?
Yes, sir. 2 minutes. Just let's dialogue gets over then.
Worn out? You don't seem to realize what it's costing me to bear up like I am a woman. My heart's fit to break when I see the little trifles that belong to grandfather lying down and think he'll never use them again. Here you would better wear these slippers of grandfather now. It's lucky you just got a new pair.
So, like, she is giving him, like, whatever the
The
father.
word of, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even considering that the body is not buried up till now and she is giving. So that's why. You want a new in the kitchen, where are in the kitchen, and but you want a new place. She said it was all worn out and all that. And this one. The old ones are really torn. The worn out is basically, the soul gets torn and all that. And really breaking down emotionally, she's like breaking down. You don't realize, but whatever, like when I'm looking around, I see small things, trifles are small things, like, belonging to my father, how emotionally upset I get. My heart fits to break when I see the trifles. Trifles are the little things, belonging to him, lying around, and he never uses them again. So then she thinks, okay, that's okay. You take the slippers, you bought lucky, bought a new pair. It's a beautiful, lucky. Okay. Remind me to start listening.